I want to introduce a new segment today called Terrible Tweeting because I came across this series of tweets that Sean is going to put up on the screen for us right now. Oh, look. What? Canada Sports. Do you follow this site?
No, I've never
You're
heard
Canadian,
of it.
so I had to make sure.
No.
And of course, Sean made it small.
I can read it if you want.
No, I can read it.
Okay.
No, you can read it. Go ahead.
This one is off the rails. So the Coyotes obviously tweeted their statement yesterday in regard to the LOI on land in Mesa. And this Twitter account, Canada Sports Betting, quote tweeted.
Paid for a blue check mark, I might add. Which, now is like a horrible thing, right? Like it's a sign of dishonor when you pay for a blue check mark.
And you can take it off, but I do pay for it because I just like having the tools that you get with Twitter Blue, and you can hide it. But now I feel like a coward if I hide it because now I'm like, if I'm going to pay for it, I got to own it.
Fair enough. So Canada Sports Betting quote tweeted and said, Mesa is about 18 miles / 30 kilometers from Phoenix, further away than Mullet Arena, Tempe, and about the same as Gila River Arena, Glendale was. Can the Yotes make it work while remaining far out of the city?
And the second half. They didn't just stop there, did they?
The Coyotes in Mesa would be similar to the Leafs playing in King City, Oakville, or Pickering, the Habs playing in Blainville or Parrot Island, the Canucks playing in South Surrey or Point Roberts, and the Sens abandoning their downtown Ottawa plans and going to Stittsville. That's that. Yeah. So
before I start in, what jumps out about these tweets to you guys? Just face value.
Complete and utter lack of knowledge about the geography
of
the greater Phoenix area.
Sean?
I mean, go stand at Mullet and tell me that you're that far away from Phoenix. Like you can see downtown. Like it's literally right. It's right there.
But let's go a step further here. As if being downtown is the solution in Phoenix. This is the assumption that gets made by so many other markets. Well, they're not downtown. They got to be downtown. Or they say, well, they got to be in Scottsdale. It's not going to work if they're not in Scottsdale. Two entirely different arguments. Neither is correct. First of all, here's a newsflash for you. Canada Sports Betting, is that what it was called?
Yes.
Not all cities are the same. They are not identical carbon copies of one another in the way they are laid out, whether it's population bases, wealth bases, corporate bases, a lot of things that we can talk about, including, premium season ticket holders, the vast majority of which live on the east side of town, not downtown, on the east side of town. How do I know? Because I actually did a study on this. There's data to prove this. It's anywhere between 66 and 75% of their premium season ticket holders live on the east side of town. That's not just Scottsdale either. As Javier Gutierrez told us on one of the shows where he was here live in studio, that's Gilbert, that's Chandler, that's Tempe, and that's Mesa, where they're also looking right now, but haven't committed to building in Mesa. When you're going to make these assumptions, you're going to look stupid. You better research the area and understand that Phoenix is not like a lot of traditional eastern cities. It is a very new city. And guess what happened well after the time that most of those cities were established in the east and even some on the west coast? We had this thing called the automobile that opened up distances so cities spread out. As Sean said to me before we even came on the air, Phoenix is like 3 different cities. There are pockets. You have to understand that when you're figuring out where you're best situated as a pro sports franchises. Obviously, you have to look at those other factors that I talked about, like corporate bases, like your season ticket base, like the wealth base, like the population base. But you have to understand the city if you're going to comment on it. Otherwise, you're going to make your way onto terrible tweeting.
Wow, that was very well said, Craig. And you're right. Phoenix is like this. And I only know the geography of Toronto well because I'm from there. Toronto is a city on a lake, and all of its suburbs extend left and right of it in a line. That is not how, it's like they think this is Phoenix and everything is in a line. That's not how it is. It's like this.
It's not even a core, right? They're like, there's a downtown in Phoenix. Obviously,
there's a downtown in Scottsdale. Yes. There's a downtown in Gilbert. There's a downtown in Mesa.
There's a lot of cores. There's a lot of pockets in Arizona. Phoenix in particular is built on convenience. Like, you don't have to venture very far out of your own area to find everything you need. It's one of the great things of living here, but it creates a different type of city than I think most people are used to or understand.